Hello, everyone. My name is Grant. I am a field marketing manager here at the Center for Digital Engagement.
And I'm Morgan Rosal. I'm your co host and also field manager for the Digital Summer Clinic. Now, before we get into this episode, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to put them in the chat and we'll get onto those later in this episode.
Awesome. Well, today we are joined with none other than Jamie Ferguson. Jamie is a senior associate digital marketing manager at Domino's. So, welcome to the Digital Live. We have one first question for you, Jamie. Give us a quick introduction. Tell us about yourself. Give us a little bit of history about what you've done that's led you to this point.
Sure. So thank you for having me. Jamie Ferguson. I graduated from Eastern Michigan in 2020. There, I was really involved in AMA, was a part of the CDE, and that allowed me to land my first job at Domino's. So when I first started, I started in field activation, which was really supporting our franchisees and their work on local media. After about a year and a half, I moved over to our digital media team and was essentially the liaison between our creative agency and our media team, ensuring that we had really strong creative to support our national windows across all of our media channels. And then very recently, I just moved into my role as Senior Associate Digital Marketing Manager.
Awesome.
Awesome.
And I believe some of that, you also were a part of the clinic, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I worked as a field marketing manager and also did the clinic as well.
Awesome. Great.
Awesome. And now, Jamie, your next question is, since you just recently started being a senior associate digital marketing manager, tell us more about what you do in that role.
Yeah, so transition is very new, not even 100% in the role yet, still getting fully immersed. But in a nutshell, as senior associate digital marketing manager, it's my responsibility to maximize our incremental return on ad spend with our media partners. So I work with Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram.
So I asked earlier, you were a part of the clinic and you were a field manager. So how has being a field manager for the Center for Digital Engagement and working with the clinic better prepared you for this role at Domino's?
Yeah, so looking back and reflecting over all those opportunities, I think working with marketing really allowed me to hone in and perfect a lot of the soft skills that are really important in the corporate world. I remember Bud would make me go out and do a lot of community outreach. I would have to pitch to rooms of 100 people. And even though my voice was shaking and I was speeding through everything, I had to say, I did it time and time again. And the more I did it, just got more confident and believed in myself more. And I think that was, a very good skill to learn early on, just to have confidence in yourself and know how to address a room of people and get people to listen to you. Also working at a startup, it teaches you how to be super scrappy, how to take initiative, not be afraid to raise your voice and know where to add value, and really be like a leader of self, not wait for anyone to tell you what to do and kind of just jump in and get your feet wet. So that was really important for me to learn before moving into my first kind of, I guess, quote, real job, out of college. So those skills definitely helped. And I will say I stress so much about, the hard skills that I thought I was lacking coming out of graduation. But I think we all kind of take for granted how far those soft skills can take you. So yeah, I definitely learned a lot through those experiences.
And I'm kind of asking for a friend because Bud asked me today in the meeting. He said, this is what he asked me. He asked me, how did cheer help you get to where you are today?
Yeah, so I guess I left that out. That's such a huge part, I think, of how I operate as a marketer. So I've done cheerleading my whole life, and I started coaching it in high school. And I had to do a lot of recruiting to kind of build my own program up. So I started using local media like Facebook and community outreach to try to gain new students. And it's kind of how I discovered what I wanted to study in college. Like I really loved growing my own program and seeing the efforts of my work pay off. And I had to wear so many hats in that role. I had to be a marketer, but also be a coach, also be a mentor, teach other people how to be a coach, work with money, manage our bank account. So it taught me so much. And, I still use a lot of those skills I learned. So if anyone ever hears Bud referred to me as coach, that is definitely the reason why.
There you go. That's super cool.
All right. So, Jamie, how do you use data and analytics to make informed digital marketing decisions?
Yeah, so at Domino's, data and analytics is the core of all the decisions we make. We would never make a decision without the data to support it. And that's anything from organic social to, a spot we run on TV. So across all media. And interestingly enough, a big thing that Bud used to say a lot is fail faster. And I think at Domino's, we kind of have that same culture of test and learn, as long as we have the data to support a hypothesis and we want to learn something from a test, we're giving the full ability to go ahead and do that, not be afraid to take risk and get that data that we need to support a new idea.
Definitely feel that with the fail faster, harder. We've said it on a lot of these other, digital lives that we've done, but it seems to be kind of, at least if you take one lesson away from it, that's definitely it. So Jamie, how do you ensure that your digital marketing efforts align with the brand voice and tone of the company?
Yeah, I'd say that's definitely a huge cross-functional effort. The digital media team works really closely with our advertising team, who's kind of responsible of making sure that brand voice is shown throughout, everything we do through the company. We also work really closely with our creative agency, who's really close to that as well. But everything we do goes through multiple rounds of feedbacks and has many eyeballs on it so that nothing gets missed. But I think overall, it's just a really big cross-functional effort, and we're really big on collaboration as well.
Collaboration, cross-functional, great. So we're going to go on to some user questions. So Morgan, if you would like to take the first one, go for it.
Yeah, sure. So we got one from the Bud Gibson. He asked if you do any search ads?
We do. We do have someone who does cover off on SEO and search on our media team.
We have another question here.
Or not me personally, sorry. That's not under my responsibility.
Got it. We have a question here from Shelby. Shelby says, Domino's is a large company. How big is your team?
Yeah, good question. The digital media team is broken out into kind of two different branches. So we have the performance media team, who's responsible for driving that incremental return on ad spend. And then the brand side of the team, which is more responsible for content. That's where organic social, influencer marketing falls under. And I think across our whole team, I think we have 10 total on the media team.
Got it. So we have another question here from Elizabeth. Elizabeth says, what is your favorite hat to wear? And I did see on your LinkedIn, you had quite a few, positions that you went through. So what is your favorite hat at Domino's?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think I just love being creative. I think anytime I get to brainstorm or think of a new idea, Domino's is super big on innovation. So I think anytime I get to have like my original ideas heard is I think where I'm thriving the most and having the most fun.
Awesome. Well, that actually ends our user questions that we had. So thank you everybody for commenting. So before we head out, I'd like to thank everyone again for watching our digital lives today. Jamie, thank you for being here on with us. It was great having you on talking about yourself and working at Domino's headquarters. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Digital Summer Clinic, so you don't miss any new updates. Also, our applications for the Digital Summer Clinic are now open, so make sure to get on applying and welcome in a huge, new, amazing future. It'll be filled with experiences, making connections, bettering your real world knowledge in the modern workplace. And to everybody watching, we'll be joined by another special guest next week, Giselle. Giselle is a marketing operations coordinator with Career Now Brands and a previous Digital Summer Clinic participant. She'll be on next Thursday at 6 p.m. You won't want to miss it, and any of our other amazing guests. Thank you, and we'll be seeing you here next week.